Welcome to the deepest, darkest archives. Peruse through heroic tales of adventure. Learn the backgrounds of some colorful characters. And things that crawl, which are better left alone. All this and more in the first chapter of the Dungeon Chronicles. Hello, and I am Braxton is my name. That is me. I am the DM for everything that is going on right now. You might see, if you're watching on video, people are disapproving of me right now. Audio listeners, you can maybe hear their heads shaking. Hello, I'm the DM. I do things, I think, sometimes. Right now is not one of those times. I'm saving it for later. I want to pass it over to save my brain juices to my players. Can we begin with Kenneth?
Hello.
What are you doing, Ryan?
I am Kenneth.
Well, I'm just very
all right.
because we've never started with Kenneth. He's always brought up the rear. He's the anchor. He's the one that
Do you want to go then? Do you want to steal it from him?
Can't believe you're doing this right now.
How we've done it. I'm not trying to steal your thunder, Kenneth. This is just how we've done it in the past. If you want to, if you feel confident to take it from the top.
To be fair, he's below me.
No,
so
go ahead. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
At this point, Jamie, you take it. At this point, I don't care. If Kenneth doesn't want it, I don't want it either.
There we go.
Don't throw me under this dumpster train.
Dang. Ryan's just frustrated. We had some technical difficulties.
I'm sorry. I'm taking it out on Kenneth. I apologize. I'll start it. What's up, guys? Right. I'm Ryan. I play Ormano in the Dungeon Chronicles, and I am super psyched for today.
And then Kenneth, this is where you follow up, maybe?
Passing over to Jamie.
Jamie, okay. Screw Kenneth.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I play everybody's favorite lovable goblin girl. And then you'll see.
True.
Again.
You'll see.
Hello, I'm Kenneth, and I play Salty, the half-orc pugilist with giant glutes.
Yes.
And rock-hard abs.
Sun-kissed skin.
Sun-kissed, man.
Sun-green kiss skin. Okay. The shock I saw on Ryan's face there really startled me.
Well, I mean, I've edited every other episode we've put out.
It's been how many months?
And everyone we started with, it was, hey, I'm Braxton, and hey, here's Ryan, here's Jamie, here's Kenneth. So I'm just kind of in that headspace still. That's my fault.
To be fair, there's a lot going on, so I just forgot. And I looked at the stream, and I see Kenneth is in the bottom left, and then boop, boop, boop. Should have done it that way. We'll figure it out. This is the first time we're doing this. Let's jump back into a nice recap, set the mood. I don't know.
Hell yeah, brother.
Everything. What is this? Let's just do this. I don't know. This is fine. We got live music. This is okay. So, to start off and remind everybody of what went down around last time, we were coming back from a spidery-infested, skull, weird, proboscis, pokey, killy thing where Salty demolished literally pretty much all of them by punching them into dust and bits with the support of Ormano and Zerda. They learned a bit about Ashhat, Frederick Callum, a dude who was not the nicest of men, and he, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you are, met his end there. Figured that stuff out, they get the hell out of Dodge, rest in some creepy places, and get back in an onion that they find going onto the town, okay? So what happens there is when they finally get to the town and a little bit in between, there's a kerfuffle that takes place with more of Frederick Callum's friends, you assume. After expertly dealing with the entire situation in some intense chase, they find out these bandits were all linked in some weird way, shape, or form. Maybe by tattoo magic, I don't know. Salty seemed to be kind of aware of it. They get to the town, peruse a little bit, and Charisse, a lovely, lovely guard, informs them about some things they can see around town, points them in some directions, to which they learn about a spooky, creepy inn or whatever that made a guy shit his pants because I decided that's what I wanted to say. If you guys remember, that does happen in the episode. I apologize. Continuing forth, they get some armor for a mouse, a rat. Is it a mouse or a rat? You know, it's a mouse. They continue on, go to a bathhouse, get nice and cleaned up, and eventually they jump in and meet Charlotte and James, two lovely tieflings who are married to each other and run this inn. They tell them to eat some of the food, join in, and get some rest.
I knew they were married to each other. I got ripped apart last time because these two people next to me thought that they were brother and sister.
I thought that they were.
I thought they were married. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
They're married.
Continue, Braxton.
I mean, you guys partook in the food quite surprisingly. I expected not all of you to do that. Or none of you to do that. But I guess
You're
in the
welcome.
name of yes and, here we are. You guys ate food, took a rest, and are about to wake up. Any qualms? With qualms out of the way, are you guys ready to begin?
Let's do it.
I was born ready.
So we get
I
a
was
full long
about to
rest,
say.
right?
You get a full rest indeed. It does happen.
Perfect.
Your health is up. However little health you guys already do have. I don't know if it matters at all.
Not much.
Not much?
All right.
I have a
Wait a
lot.
minute. I know what I can do, Ryan. Bam. Things gonna look weird for a second. That doesn't fix it. We'll put this
Got him.
over here. So now there should be not a single issue.
Perfect.
Okay. To begin, you guys find that whether you wake up early, an early riser, or you tussle around in bed, this oddly was a very good night's sleep for you. You didn't wake up that many times, didn't have to go to the bathroom all that much. Maybe you got a good drink of water if you needed to, but you feel well rested. You wake up to find yourselves in the same room, and it looks not any different from when you went to sleep. Maybe you were expecting it to have changed after all of the oddities you were told about from this inn. You see the nice polished wood floors that kind of grip into your feet a little bit. Or mono, the belongings and things that you asked be brought into your room previously are still there. However, you left them before you went to bed. Nothing much has changed. But if you guys want to do a little bit of a perception check, each of you,
I'd be happy to.
that would be great.
Ooh, first roll of the session.
Let's just
Let's
get
go.
going.
Let's just get into it.
What die am I going to use
Proceed.
first?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Does it sound good over there? And we are all in separate rooms, correct?
I believe so.
No,
I-
Zerda's with me.
Zara's with you?
Yeah, I
Okay.
slept under the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I
if you
remember that.
remember, if you remember, I made a little cubby and I slept under the bed.
Does Zerda have, like, is that her comfort place? Okay.
If
cool.
you'll
She likes
also
to
remember in
nevertheless.
the first or second episode, she slept under a desk.
All right. Got some
And a
character
stone
going on.
call.
All right. Ormana, what'd you get?
I got a 15, my friendo.
Okay. Salty, what about you?
Eyes wide shut. I got a 18.
Okay. And Zerda.
3.
Nice.
Zerda's not seeing too much. She's under the bed, so it's fine.
Where's your big eyes at? Where's your
Big
big
eyes.
eyes at?
They have
big
morning
ears.
crusties in them.
So,
Oh God.
Salty and Ormano, if you recall, there weren't, like, any people in the inn, no matter how long you waited. And I think even Ormano was there for a while. And Salty even went out for a little
was.
bit.
Salty did. I went out.
So you saw no hide or hair of a single person, but now you're hearing a bit of a rustling downstairs.
Whoa.
And it sounds like the murmur of talking, but not common. It seems like chattering. There's a weird, like, clamoring on the floor, like it's a bit of a hard noise, like a nail hitting into it. But it sounds lively down there. A little weird.
Weird.
Oh, that's weird. I wonder if Ormano heard that.
I'll get up, strap up my box upon myself, get my spear and everything out, and head out the door.
Okay.
Does the hall look the same?
The hall looks much the same. It's extended, and there's just a couple of, they're not called
It's
ottomans. but
extended.
It's extended. It's a little bit longer than it used to be, but I would only say about by a foot, and it's very easy to
Renovations
notice.
last night.
But the furnishings are the same.
Okay. And then I'll go to their room
Okay, easy enough.
and
Same spot.
you guys awake yet?
Yes, I'm awake.
Perfect. I'm hearing some weird stuff downstairs, and weird note, the hallway has been extended overnight.
Strange for a tavern, but
Yeah, I didn't hear it last night, so it was very stealthily added on.
yeah, let me put my boots on. Put my boots on.
Sure, yeah, get dressed. I'll be out here.
Zelda,
Yes?
are you decent under there? I don't know how you sleep.
I'm decent, but Fish is not. I have to put on his armor real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fish.
I'm putting a little scarf around him. Hold on.
Wait, why are you dressing up the rat?
Excuse you?
Are you dressing up the rat?
He has a name, and I would appreciate it if you would use it.
Alright, are you dressing up Fish, who is a rat?
He's a mouse, but yes.
Alright, well, I'll see you outside then. Walk out.
Yeah.
Do I hear, now that I'm outside in the hallway, do I hear it better or?
So
the same?
now that you're outside, coming from down the hall as it bounces through on the walls, it sounds more like what you would recognize in a typical tavern or an inn. But there are mixtures of languages you don't understand, and the type of footfall that you hear if people walk, it doesn't just sound like a boot on wooden floors. This is what you can make out.
Do you hear that, Salty?
Yes, I do, with my ears.
It's, seems a little odd for a place like this to be sounding that lively.
No, I mean, it is morning time. Maybe they have a continental breakfast or something like that.
Sure, but as far as we are aware, this inn is not too popular around here.
It was also very dead last night. I didn't
Right.
see anyone come in, so yeah.
And I don't recognize the language that I'm hearing either.
Why are you so jumpy? Why are you so jumpy, man?
Well, I mean, it kind of got hyped up overnight, and that got extended. I'm just a little nervous. I guess do you want to wait for Zerda? You want to go check it out?
oh wait,
As you guys
she's
are talking,
putting armor on a mouse right now.
I'll start twiddling my thumbs.
yeah, so as you guys are chatting, you do hear footsteps. These sound a bit more normal coming up the stairs, but it's taking a second for them to get to you. You probably have about, I would say, 10 seconds until they start getting up the stairs entirely.
I pose.
I'll just lean against the wall.
So a few steps come up, 10, 20 of them. God, how long is it going to take them to get to the top? Finally, you see a familiar face. It is indeed James, who has a bit of a puzzling look. Do you usually partake in model-esque posing in the morning?
Yes. It is my morning ritual. You know, you get up, you stretch, and you pose for a little bit.
Right. Well, I was getting a bit worried. I thought you would be up by this time. Maybe, you know.
Waiting for Zerda.
Yes. Where is she?
I come
She's
out of
getting
the
ready.
room feeding Fish while I walk.
There she
Good.
is.
We'll have more food for Fish. I believe you said was the name. If you want to partake, we have some more guests. A little bit more lively than it was previously.
Ooh. Quick question, James. The hallway,
Yes.
that normal?
Yes, it is normal if you eat the food, which I believe you all did. There's two.
Yes.
There's two inns in Waymore.
One
I'm-
got burned down.
That's not. That's what we tell everybody who comes in. Actually, the other inn. Well, think about the name. You've probably heard a pun or two when you came into this town. Sadly, the name Waymore is because it's way more than it seems. I don't laugh
Okay.
at that, please. I didn't come up with it.
But you did come up with the name of your inn, which is also another pun.
It's
so
a
you can't take full credit.
regulation. Major makes us be creative. It helps. We are right on the border of the event horizon. Things are quite bleak. So this is her way of making it a bit more friendly, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna go get things ready. Feel free to go down the stairs and get food. Bye? Okay. Does a little curtsy and
Bye.
turns around and goes downstairs.
I'm going to look up pointedly at Salty and be like, see, he knows his name. He talks to him by his name.
Is it just me, or is he acting a little weird?
I mean, he was a little weird last night.
I didn't really meet him too much.
Yeah, it seems normal from what I've seen.
Okay. Well,
So as you guys are waiting here, you hear kind of like chattering on the ceiling. And if you guys want to make an intelligence check for me, that would be cool.
I do.
Hell yeah, brother.
Intelligence check.
Yes. Zerda, what you got?
3.
Again?
Yeah. 6 minus 3.
You got no idea what's going on. It just sounds like there's something on the ceiling. Armando, what do you have?
11.
11. And Salty?
10.
10. This happened super recently, so it's kind of fresh in your mind. Zerda's preoccupied with taking care of fish right now. You hear a very familiar sound of the monster you guys were fighting previously. The chattering of the feet of these skeleton spiders on the ceiling seems to be approaching. What do you guys do?
I tense up and put my fists up and look up at the ceiling.
I'll grab my spear and just kind of stand at the ready.
I'm going to continue to feed fish, oblivious to this all.
So what you guys see comes up the stairwell, but from the ceiling, as it twists back around, you see the appendages of a bone-like spider crawling through, but dangling from it is the decapitated body of what appears to be a halfling, a relatively short humanoid thing. And it skitters across the ceiling, and at this
Can
point
I
it's...
do, just real fast, the Eyes of the Grave to see if this is a undead?
Yes, you can. Does it just activate?
Yeah, as an action, you know the location of any undead within 60 feet that is behind total cover or protected from divination magic.
Whatever sense you usually get that informs you of an undead does not go off from this spell, as it quickly skitters past and is like 20 feet in front of you guys and gaining speed quickly.
Something's off about this, guys. It doesn't seem like.
Yeah,
Well, it
it's a
doesn't
fucking
seem-
spider.
I know, but it's not the same things that we encountered before, because they were undead. I could tell. This is something different.
All right. Well, do you think punching it would make
You
it
could
better?
try. I don't think we need to be as worried as I initially needed to be.
It scurries and stops immediately above you guys.
I jump up and punch it.
Make an attack roll.
All right.
Okay.
You got this, Salty.
Salty's like, this is something I can handle.
Yes. 22.
All right, roll damage for me.
Oh yeah, brother. I will gladly. That's 9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so where are you aiming? At the fleshy part of the dangling thing, or at the
I was
bones?
aiming at the bones, like the skull part.
Okay, you're tall enough. You're probably about half a foot away from the ceiling of this place because you're a big dude. So you pretty much just go bop, and you hit it, and it collapses onto the floor, and it writhes its tentacles. And you guys hear, is this how you treat fellow patrons?
Yes.
That was
You're
quite
not a patron.
painful.
You're something that we encountered before. You're like a spider creature thing.
Yes,
I
that's
don't think you're
part.
staying at the end.
That's part of me. You've met creatures of dual birth, I suppose, right? What I mean
Sorry?
to say
Yeah.
is, you two over here, particularly you, the small one, are you a mixture of things? No?
You talking about a
Well-
chimera?
Those exist too. Particularly that's, and you hear like, as it stands up on its feet, and there's just a body that dangles. And where a head would be on this thing, there's the skull of the spider, and the legs come out, just like you saw before.
Oh.
You seem like you've seen me before, right?
Yeah. Are you from the? Would we go through a ravine or something?
Yes, that's
Did
where I
your
was.
mom eat me?
No, I did come from there. There was an unfortunate adventurer that fell down here and I was eating it. Yes,
Okay.
and I decided while I was eating this snack to get a peek of the night sky when a storm happened and I got struck. So I seem to have been granted the intelligence of this creature, who is currently dangling from me. And here we are. Nice to meet you. I'm resting at the inn. I was going to my room when I was rudely punched off of the ceiling.
All right, I will apologize. That was a bit presumptuous of me to punch a skull spider with a headless body.
He brings his appendage.
I'm just confused on how you got here. I don't think Waymore would let someone like you in.
So you haven't been here long, have you?
Nope.
No, first time.
Right. You might want to talk to James about his project.
We've been talking to this guy forever, and he's told us nothing about this place.
He's a complicated guy. There's a reason behind all of this.
It's kind of a pain in the ass, if you ask me.
That's his business model. If you want to talk to him about it and fix it, that's fine. I'm Rattle, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Your name is Rattle?
Yes. It's the noise that my skull makes
awesome.
now that there's a crack in it and the bones grind.
I love it.
Puts out his, I guess, appendages to shake your hands all at the same time.
I shake his hand.
Very
Tentative. I get my my index and my thumb and shake like that.
Just to not destroy this guy's existence. Now,
Yes.
if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go to my room and get some of my things and go back downstairs. If you feel like being acquainted with anybody else down there, I would advise not punching them. They're a bit sensitive about how they appear.
All right.
Okay.
I got it. I'm an asshole.
No, that's the other guy.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Think you're all right, Salty. I'm just a little confused.
We did just... Salty's going to go back into his room. And relax for
Salty
a
just
moment.
went back in his room.
Salty returns. We got some editing to do. Awesome. There we go. Are you back? You good?
Yes, that was very strange. I don't know what happened.
No worries. So, Rattle is going to go back into his room and scurry back onto the ceiling and then crawl into the very far room at the end, opening it with his little two hands and going, boop, twisting it open and going inside before closing it.
All right. They were not there last night. I mean, maybe they were already in the room, but I was down there for a good bit and didn't see anyone, let alone a spider creature, walk in,
So
crawl in, slide in.
where the hallway has extended to is his room down there.
So the hallway extends to stairs. There's a couple of rooms. You guys are basically in the last few, but now there's probably about 6 or 7 rooms behind you at the very other side of the hallway.
So he's in one of the rooms that supposedly wasn't there last night.
Correct.
I
Perfect.
think we gotta talk to this James fella and figure out what the hell's going on, and no more fucking around.
Yeah,
Would you guys like to
I
go
don't like being
downstairs?
jerked around.
it's not that bad.
Well, I just feel like this is something he could have told us. That's all.
Yeah.
A few moments
Yeah.
later, since you guys have been hanging out in the hall for a little bit, Rattle comes out with like a little pack strapped to the body below him, like a backpack on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you still haven't gone downstairs yet.
We're about to.
We were
Right.
thinking, we were talking to each other. What, are you my mom?
Hey, Salty, come on.
No.
Already punched the guy.
Yeah,
I'm-
I'm being
I'm-
physically
which I'm-
abused and now I'm being mentally abused.
I apologized.
I
I'm
haven't
sorry.
had my intelligence for that long.
All right, well, what time did you get in the inn last night, if you don't mind me asking?
I've been here for a few days. We tend to stay for extended periods of time. As you pointed out already, we can't just go walking around way more. So,
So you do come in through way more. Okay, at least that answered some of my questions.
right. I don't know what I can tell you because we're a bit of a protected sort, as most people tend to assault us on site. Especially me, considering
I'm sorry, okay?
I don't mean to make you
What
feel
do
bad
you want
about it,
from
just
me?
stating the facts.
I mean, do you blame him?
No. That's why I haven't
There we go.
attacked back and haven't, returned the retort of insults. But if you don't mind, I'm going to go downstairs and have some food.
Real quick, Rattle, before you do, is there anybody down there that we shouldn't get close to? Is everyone cool?
There might be somebody down there with rather long protrusions on his arm. He's not used to them, so stay away from, just about 10 feet
Give him an
within
arm's
him.
length. Gotcha.
Yeah, they're rather sharp. Otherwise, there's only me, him, and one more person who you probably are more used to. They're not a chimera, so you should be okay. But
Right,
if you stay in this side of the inn for a while, be careful. There might be some more gregarious creatures roaming about.
And James is down there?
He should be. He tends to disappear here and there.
Perfect. Yeah, let's go talk to him.
He scurries down the stairs.
I'll
but
start
hold
walking
on.
that way too.
Cool.
Yeah, I follow.
I'm gonna
Yeah, the
sprint
staircase
down the stairs.
Oh.
Terrifying.
All right, so Zerda gets way down there. And Zerda, what I want you to do, what's your passive perception?
11.
That's not terrible, okay? So
Not as bad as I thought.
you come downstairs and immediately you see that there's a bit more space, very similarly as to how there was upstairs. Whereas there were just 3 tables or so in the center of the room, now there's a long dining table on the, from your perspective, left side of the room. Still those 3 tables in the center and 2 booths on the right side of the room. Straight across as well is that kind of long bar style, inn style. You flip the thing up, you go in, kitchen's back there. And you see immediately sitting at the center table, has not joined yet, but scurrying past your other friends because he's quite a bit quicker, goes to the center 3 tables and sits on the inside where they all 3 meet. On the other 2 tables facing inwards, you do see a humanoid-looking creature with bandages around his head, and one of the eyes is entirely covered, and the left one you can still be seen. They're wearing a bit of a, I would say, collared getup with a white coat on. And next to him, you see a sight that kind of matches what Rattle mentioned to you before. There's this chitinous-looking humanoid with large blades coming out of their forearms and kind of a tired cowboy hat on his head, and there's a bit of tweed coming out of his mouth. But the rest of him looks like kind of a normal human. And at that point, the other 2 can possibly get here about the same time.
Sure.
What would you guys like to do?
James is not seen.
You don't see James.
All right, well, let's just grab ourselves a table, I guess.
Sure. There aren't many other options.
Where do you guys choose to sit? Because at this point, there's the triad of tables, and they're sitting on the inner side where they all face. There's plenty of seats on the perimeter. Do you choose to sit near anybody? Do you just want to go look for James? What do you guys want to do?
Do you want to sit kind of by ourselves?
Are they
on
looking
the
at
edge.
us?
No, they're kind of talking to themselves.
Okay.
It seems like Rattle was a part of this conversation before, just went to go get some stuff.
We'll keep our berth. We don't want to disturb them too much.
Okay, yeah. So do you guys want to go to the booths, or do you want to go to the long table? Where do you choose to sit?
I like booths.
Cool.
Booth seems nice.
I want to go to a booth.
Intimate. Yeah.
So you guys, I suppose, mosey your way on over to the right side of the room, and you pass the door you once came in through. Still there. It's shut, and there's actually chain across the front in sort of a crossing manner. Seems like they don't want you to probably leave, maybe. You find your way to the booth, and you sit down, and almost immediately James comes to your table. Hello! Thank you
Man of the
finally
hour.
for joining down here. Can I get you any food?
I'll hold off on the food for a minute.
You're not
Can you-
hungry.
No, I'm more so confused on what's happening here.
What do you
We were
mean?
told by a nice fellow over there, Rattle, that you're the person to ask about why we're here, what happened, and everything else.
I mean, you ate the food. That's why you're here, right?
James, I'm getting sick and tired of being jerked around by it. Just come on, give me the. Just talk to me. Tell me what's happening.
how are you
I'm
guys
sure this
sitting?
happens all the time. I'm gonna try to be as polite as possible here. Just tell me what's going on.
So when you confront him that way, he goes like this. And can I ask how you guys are sitting? There's enough room for 2 people to sit in a booth. And of course, there's a table in the center. How do you guys sit?
I'd say me and Ormano kind of on the sides. Zerda either in the middle or on a chair.
Okay, yeah. So let's say Zerda's sitting on the end of one side, and James like puts his hands up and scoots over to where Zerda is, and then just like politely gestures, "May I sit here?"
I get up, so he has to sit on the inside.
I guess if you have to go to the bathroom a lot, sure. This is a bit hostile. If I want to leave, I might be stuck. Is that your strategy? You're a smart one.
I have a bladder the size of a pecan.
You are small.
Yeah.
He like very fluidly skates in and sits down on
Makes
the
you
edge.
feel any better, James? We're at the mercy of your place, so
Tavern.
Welcome to door is shut.
Yeah, the train. There's a chain on the door.
Yeah, I don't know if you
Don't
want to
really
go
like
through
that.
that door specifically.
yeah. How about you tell us
Why?
why? That'd be great.
Can I trust you? Like, are you
We're here.
the trustworthy? Yes, yeah, but anybody could be here. There was a guard before that shot himself because he was so scared of seeing Rattle.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my
yeah.
James,
hand on
between you
James's.
and me, we just came from a place that had a bunch of those things that tried to kill us. So I don't blame that guard for being a little scared of what he saw here.
Yeah, Rattle's aware of the situation. Okay, so let's talk about that. That's the issue, is you see these nice folk like Rattle himself. He was personable, right? Didn't hurt you.
Sure.
Did you
I
hurt
love
him?
him.
Well, probably not. You
Yes.
probably didn't. It's my goal to find these people and give them a place to stay without being, I guess, persecuted on the streets, because obviously we can't have skeleton things running. Oops. Didn't.
It's like
Sorry.
a safe haven for these people.
Yes. In a way. I don't know how long this world is going to be plagued by lightning strikes that merge creatures together and kind of choose which consciousness to keep and which one to get rid of. I don't know. In Rattle's case, it's very rare that the monster keeps its brain, and I guess it was because the adventurer might have been dead by the time, but I digress. I am...
So are all these people, all these individuals, are they all chimera?
Yes, for a lack of better words, we prefer to call those who are a bit less feral chimerans. Wow.
Oh my goodness, this is
Man. Discord's
That was-
having a good time. It just closed and opened. Okay. Yes, we prefer to call... Okay, hold on. Now all of you guys are
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, OBS has not captured us.
Dang. Why are you doing this?
The
And
look
the
on
suspense
Ryan's
of that.
face when that happened was so funny.
Oh, that's why. That's why doing this live is kind of fun. All right, let me get my stream back up. I appreciate everybody's patience who's in the stream itself. We are in the right place. So James drops dead in that moment perfectly. I kid.
Oh no.
I'm kidding. So, returning to what James was saying, I am organizing, I suppose, what I'm calling it, and it's a bit grand. Some people laugh at the name. I'm sorry, it's not a pun, but the Chimeran Liberatio, actually.
And say that in a little more easier common for us.
The Chimeran, as the word that I just said before, Liberatio.
Got that part, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I just mean, like, what does that mean?
To liberate the Chimera people, I suppose.
Oh,
just
so
to
you could just say that.
But it's a bit more grand this way. You know, if we become like a world power and we can make this a movement, I suppose, then, you know, we want to have a catchy name.
Why do you care?
Why do...
It's a good question.
Are you a chimera?
No. No? He kind of like
Insight
looks
check.
himself. No. Yeah, okay, roll me inside.
I want to like lift his arm and like look for, I don't know,
You are
gills.
next to him.
Yeah, I know.
That's true.
Insight.
My favorite kind of check.
10. I'm rolling
You got a
hot
10?
tonight, guys. Yeah.
I would say that James is kind of hard to read because he's a little bit of a bullshitter, kind of already.
Yeah.
As Armando has pointed out, you can't quite tell. It seems like he's telling the truth.
Do
I'm
you
gonna just,
share
like-
some? Do you share some sort of connection? Because I mean, I don't want to beat around the bush here, but your kind gets kind of yelled at and disrespected often.
That's a good point. So I do feel a bit of kindred towards them. So maybe there's some personal vendetta in there, kind of using them to include myself in this group, but that's a bit outside of the point here. As you noticed, this place is not as it once was, and the reason for that is not me. I'm not quite that powerful. All I can do is some mind tricks, as I did to Ormano a bit last time. I read your brain a slight amount.
Serta, you were right.
Serta guessed.
I'm
always
the
smartest.
Sorry, I didn't believe you.
But Charlotte has spatial powers, and she can create kind of pockets of places for us to rest, and this is currently what she's doing. She's unable to, while creating this space, she's unable to make any others. So it's a bit of a labor of love
between us.
between
Heard
us.
about this type of stuff.
Really?
It's way out of my, what I could do myself, but I've heard of these concepts in passing.
Where did
I don't
you
really
study?
understand them. Kind of self-taught.
Huh. Well, that's impressive. Well, I'm sure Charlotte would love to hear about that if you could tell her a bit more. She's always looking for more ways to kind of expand her skills in this regard. Yes, do you have a question?
Yeah, he's raising his hand over there.
James.
Hmm?
Lovely
Salty.
Inn. Lovely, yes, that's my name. Lovely Inn. Lovely food. Love what you're doing, right? We're busy people. Like, we gotta get out of here. We got errands to run. How long are you gonna be in town? And also, can we just leave whenever?
How long am I going to be in town?
The inn.
Oh, I mean, it stays here. There's 2 inns. That's why we say that. The other one hasn't burned down. There's always a site of a burned down inn. That's the front, I suppose. Well,
So everybody's in on it.
You really should meet Major. Really should. She would like you. Speaking of Major, though,
Pat's salty as it.
It's all right.
if
Thank you.
you're interested in acquainting with her son, he's mine is over there. Speaking with Bardish over there.
Which one is he?
Yeah, the one without the appendages, the normal-looking one.
The one with the bandages.
Yes, he recently came into an injury. Quite unfortunate.
Isn't he a healer?
He's a bit... Yes, he's a doctor, and he is kind of the town healer, but he's lost his tools, I would like to say.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm a somewhat practitioner of medicine. I could take a look at him.
Well, looks like you're just a family friend of the Ursas, aren't you?
Well, we could definitely get in with him. That'd probably be good.
Yeah, I would suppose so. Do you have any other questions for me or food
Yes.
that you want?
No food.
No. Hypothetically speaking, someone comes here, goes to your inn, eats something. Turns out they really, really don't like Chimera. Get teleported into this place. I feel like you got a problem on your hands. I feel like this seems like something you should be more upfront about.
Yes, that's currently one of the processes that we're trying to iron out. Usually, Charlotte catches wind as she can kind of sense everything that's going on. At least right here, we do turn off her senses for the rooms for privacy's sake, so don't worry about that.
Nice.
But if something happens, and as long as it's down in this room, we can send them straight out. Nice and easy.
Okay.
I really don't. No offense, I really don't like people poking around in brains and all that. You
Why
know?
not? Do you have things to hide?
No, but it's
Yes.
very. Look at Zerda. Anyways, it's very invasive.
Well, lots of sacrifices must be made to liberate the Chimera, I suppose.
I just don't understand how you reading people's minds to get them quills and buckets of water is liberating anybody. Hey, that's just me.
Was it not white glove service? Did you appreciate it?
I appreciated it. Just don't understand the connection.
You could have just
I get that you're giving them a
asked us.
place to stay. Right? That's great. but there's no further agenda that I could see you doing.
I must admit, when a traveler comes in here and has a large box on their back, I'm a bit curious as to what's going on there. So that was my curiosity. I apologize. Not my business practices. If there's anything I can do to rectify the thoughts that I have stolen from you, I suppose, please let me know. If you do wish to leave, don't go out that door.
Why?
Which one?
That's a part of Charlotte's experiment, I suppose. If you are interested in a trial of sorts, you could talk to her if you want. I wouldn't. It's a little scary. I'm not a fan of it. If you want to leave, just let me know and we can get you out of here.
Okay.
Sound cool?
Did we get something for this trial?
Maybe no one's ever actually finished it. I suppose there might be something in it. Charlotte is rather wealthy, and she handles all of the bank books. I don't really
Pretty
see any money.
capable.
Yeah, I mean, I did see your battles in your mind, so it was a little impressive. Salty did most of the
look
work.
at me. I'm so strong.
You don't need to butter me up. I already paid.
I suppose that's true, but if you do want butter on food, let me know. I can get that for you.
Nope.
Okay. Well, and he tries to leave and then realizes that Zerda's to his left. Can I exit the booth? This is why I never sit in these. No? I'm
You
just
don't
gonna
want to spend time with us?
I have things to take. I have an inn to run. And he like scoots up and tries to like get up in the chair and stands on the booth and like does the long leg thing to get over to Zerda and like lands his foot on the ground and kind of trips forward. Okay. If you need me, just call my name and I might hear. Anything else before I skedaddle?
James.
Yeah. Yes, Zerda.
I hold up fish. You didn't say bye.
Bye, fish. If you need something, let me know. Speaking to fish specifically. Goodbye. And he like
See ya,
scampers
James.
off to the kitchen. Toodaloo.
All right.
All right, what do you guys think?
All right. All right. That trial. Little interested. In
Right.
that.
We at least, ask about it. You're right. We do have stuff to do, but it's worth asking.
Worth asking. We don't
We have
need
what?
its whole life story.
Yeah, we got like 9 days or something, so we got time to kill.
Do we want to talk to Ursa right now,
Yeah.
the miner? While
I was
while
thinking
we're here?
I'll make our acquaintance. I mean, we don't have to do much with minor and stuff. It's more major we got to talk to. But I am curious to see if I can help him at all. I've done some practicing of medicine, so if I can assist, I'd be happy to.
All right, Zerda. Any business in here?
No.
All right.
Nice.
Well, that was
To the
easy.
point.
All right, so you guys have chosen not to eat any food. You guys are just chilling here. Do you want to approach anybody, or are you just going to wait for a
Yeah.
little bit?
I'll go find the old miner here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll mosey on over with Ormano over to Miner.
I want to try to find a lull in their
sprint.
conversation.
Well,
So I'm not like
do you
just busting
do you
it.
approach at all? Like, do you get closer? Okay. Speaking of Mosey,
Slowly inch over.
as you guys
Oh,
begin to walk
all right.
over,
Is this music playing?
this music. You know what? Sure. Let's say James plays this actually in the saloon, in the inn itself.
That's the work he had to get to.
You see,
Yeah.
you see, the person who's referred to as Bardish by process of elimination. There's 2 people sitting over there. You already know Rattle. You already know Bardish. It's 3 actually, and Ursa's been pointed out. Ursa Minor. So, sitting kind of in a really relaxed position, chatting with the other 2. His hat's tipped over, and he's got a little bit of a tweed sticking out, as I've mentioned before. He goes, Well. Finally decide to come talk to me, have ya? What's your business?
Actually, we had business with Miner Ursa.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, forbid me for assuming.
I think James stopped playing.
Just to... Yeah, thank you, James. I appreciate that. I try to look cool to most of the people around here. I'll just introduce myself and leave it at that. You can chat with me
All right.
if you want.
All right.
I'm Barditch. Mantis person. Little bit of a story behind it, but I'll leave it there. You've seen
I sit down
Chimera
with
before?
Bardage.
Oh, I appreciate that. Be careful. I don't want to chop your head off. These are pretty sharp.
I don't want to chop
I
your
feel
head
like-
off either.
I feel like you want to explain more, but you want us to ask.
Yeah.
And now I don't know if I.
You're coming on really strong, man.
Well,
You're coming on really strong.
And he like, you can't really see under his head, but he like pulls it over a little bit.
Are you
People's-
blushing?
People's
Are you blushing
no,
right now?
No, I'm not. I'm just, people's histories are important. I like to make a good impression. Okay? If you want to,
Sure.
all right, Bardich, if you want to chat with them, you can, but typically when people come down, they want to chat with me. I'm a bit important around here. I'm Minor Ursa. Nice to meet you guys. I overheard a little bit of what you were talking with James about. Did you have anything?
Yeah, I'm Ormano. I've done some practicing of medicine. I've heard you're a medicine man yourself, but have lost your tools. And I see you have a nice old gash there or something on your head, and I'd be happy to look at it and see if I can assist you at some way.
Ormano, please.
Yeah,
Did you just say the man's bandages that are wrapped around his body and his head?
I don't know what's
nice?
under them. Okay, I wanted to be polite enough to not say too much.
It's not quite a gash.
All right.
To be honest, I have no idea what the hell it is. The only reason I keep it covered is because it's just really painful without it. And he begins to take it off already.
Oh,
I mean, he's
right.
really straightforward. And the way he moves around is just very precise. And it's like he remembers exactly where each of these bandages are folded. He probably put these on himself. And he looks really normal under there. I mean, he's got a kind of short, dark black hair that's kind of spiked up forward a little bit with some nice, I guess, just simple brown eyes, plain features. But give me a perception check, Ormano.
Perception. That's not my strong suit.
I'm still sitting with Bardage.
Medicine's my strong
He's chilling
suit.
with you. He's like
he's a
really
straight-
fidgety.
It's a straight 10.
Straight 10? You can't see anything actually wrong with him at all.
What seems to be the problem here?
You can't tell, can you?
No.
Yes, your skin looks like skin. That must be very painful for you.
Can I touch?
Sure, fellow practitioner, that's fine.
Wait, you're gonna just touch this rat? All right.
He asked. Yeah, you
That's
touching
it.
his. Where are you touching specifically?
The kind of like a middle portion of where he took off these wrappings.
Yeah. Nothing seems out of proportion. I mean, even just with what you've practiced before, the bones seem normal. I mean, the texture of his skin. There's no like water being retained when you push. He looks fine.
And he doesn't seem like it hurts him when I touch it.
No.
What's the?
Just randomly at times my eye will, it feels like there's a really bright light that shines into it and it gets really, really heated, I suppose. And even covering with bandages doesn't do much. It just, I wince a lot when it happens, so I choose to hide it.
When did this start?
It was about, I say like a week or so ago. There was a particularly nasty storm and I guess I just woke up in the middle of the night and I felt like I was only in my right eye staring at something incredibly bright. And I could see a bit of figures, some waves, I feel like, but outside of that, I don't know.
Were you near the storm?
No, I was with Major in our home, just relaxing. Well, if you
Oh, that
ask
sucks.
me, you got cursed by somebody. I don't know
Hey,
who.
Bardish.
I don't know who. But did you tussle with anybody in the past, wrong anybody that you didn't fix? I reckon that's probably what it is.
Man, you just love talking, don't you?
Well, I've been quiet for a little bit. I figured it was... Never mind.
Right.
Reminds me of
No
someone,
No
huh?
offense.
You what?
That reminds me of someone, huh?
You know somebody like me? Like this?
I stare pointedly at Salty. Not quite.
Well, I gotta be careful with these. I really should get some sheaths for them, I suppose. It's a rather new addition in my body.
Don't
It's
mean
whatever,
to
though.
cut you off there, Bardish, but Minor,
Yeah, what's up?
I'm just still perplexed by this this illness, disease, curse thing that's been placed upon you.
Please don't call it a curse. I'm a fairly good person. I try not to do anything bad. I heal people. I don't think it's a curse.
Right. But sometimes bad people don't like that.
I guess that's true.
True.
I haven't. Well, I don't know how long you've practiced medicine. I mean, if you can't tell anything and I can't tell anything, then
Does this sound like anything I've heard of before?
no. I mean, you can give me a history check if you want,
Omano. It's obvious.
or a medicine
He's
check.
got a
because
millennium.
you've-
He's got a millennium eye. All right, it's obvious.
16 medicine.
Millennium Eye, and with that 16, just pondering through your medicinal knowledge, it really doesn't sound like anything particular. Like infections come to mind, but you don't see any of those symptoms. There's no pink eye. There's no pus. It's giving you a bit of trouble.
I'm sorry to tell you, I have no idea. I'll keep an eye on my travels, though.
You really need to meet my mom.
Yeah, we're actually. I'm glad you bring.
Well, I just
her.
mentioned because of the joke. Never mind. I shouldn't point them out.
That's
The
major,
millennium
right?
eye.
Yeah, major.
Perfect. Yeah, we actually need some papers.
For what?
I don't
Oh,
remember. We need 'em.
Charisse
Yeah, Charisse
told
mentioned
us. to get
Oh,
papers.
probably like bounty hunting or something.
Yes.
something like that. Yeah,
That's
we're
odd.
headed up to Acheron.
Oh, right. I forget about that whole situation quite often. I stay down here a lot. Okay.
Oh,
I
right.
stay down here a lot because a lot of the Chimera tend to get hurt by other people. And it's taken a lot for me to learn how to heal them considering they're monsters. And I'm
Sure.
sorry, Bardish. It's fine. It's okay. I understand. It's a little scary. But yeah, I have to learn like medicinal practices for people, and you would not believe what goes on when these different bodies meet each other. It's insane. Like Rattle over there, it's just flesh to bone immediately, and I have no idea how it works.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
Good to meet you. One quick question.
Mhm.
We're headed west, to the forest. Anything you could tell us? You seem to know a little bit about Chimera, at least. Anything that you could tell us?
Yeah, for the Force, I get a lot of what I need, the components for some of my serums that I use. I am a practitioner of alchemy as well.
Perfect.
Anything
we can grab for you while we're out there?
I'm pretty well stocked on what I need. You might come across what was taken from me.
You were out there when it happened?
Yeah, so I have a particular weapon that I use, and it's a bit of a rapier, I suppose, but it also can inject various potions into people a bit more effectively.
Interesting.
Yeah, in the hilt, it's got a bit of a canister, which I can load potions into. And
That could
often,
come in handy.
yeah, well, I tend to practice a little bit of adventuring with Major off and on, and she cannot be taken out of battle at all. When she gets her great sword out and she fights with people, I literally just have to stab her with this and inject her to heal her. So that is the sole reason I've made it, but it's proved to be useful for various other
When
reasons.
I heard about you guys, this is not what I pictured.
What did you picture?
No, definitely
I don't.
not.
When I hear about a mayor of a town, it's not usually the first thought is that someone that's running into battle with a great sword.
Well, I mean, you consider the fact that she has to often lead people to the event horizon. She needs to be pretty capable in battle.
That's true.
She's hard to wrangle down, but she, since just leaving off to bring people to the event horizons, probably back in our home. It's pretty much across the street from here. Well, 2 streets really, but
Is she the one that takes people to Acheron?
she usually accompanies them. Yeah.
So is she not here then?
No, she should be back. She's a very overwhelming person to interact with. She's very physically capable and most often just sprints straight back.
Wow.
I know it sounds crazy, but
You know, a lot of
That
people
is-
say that about me.
about you, that you're crazy?
I don't know if I've heard that yet.
Well, I mean, I haven't. What's your name?
Serta?
Well, nice to meet you, Serta. I'm Minor Ursa. It's good to meet you. And the rest of you, I don't think I've or Mono, you introduced yourself, but
Yep, that's me.
and you.
Oh. Hello, my name's Salty.
Is there a particular reason behind that name? Right, I
What do
feel
you
maybe
like
he
to
got
know?
that nickname from a band of mercenaries he worked with
Oh,
before. It's probably a tale to tell.
All right. Oh, we're not. All right, Bradish. I know. I get it.
You're right,
Oh.
Salty.
I hold up
Yeah,
fish.
I'm antsy.
Oh, that little. What is that? They're
Mouse.
quite cute.
His name is Fish. He's wonderful. Would you like to see him?
Yes, can he fight too?
Well, he has armor.
That's true. Doesn't mean he fights. Maybe you just want to protect him. You know, there's
Here's
probably a story behind that too. Maybe you found him. He was your only companion. Ah, I see your face. I'll calm down for a moment here.
I found him in a trash can.
Well, that's not what I expected, but it's still a story.
All right. Not everything is a story, mate. All right.
Life is
I
a
just
story.
told this story. He was in a trash can and I found him.
Oh,
Exactly. Well, you were
well,
talking
okay.
about the forest, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, it's
I've been there quite. That's actually where a lot of shit goes down over there. It's called Envy Forest, okay? So,
Well, you got a lot more interesting. For some reason, I really want to talk to you now about this Envy Forest.
I appreciate that. I got a story behind it too if you want to hear it, or I can just get straight
Not
down
just
to
the details, not the story.
Nobody ever wants to chat. Well, Envy Forest, it's a bit of an experiment right now for a group of druids. They are trying to practice regrowing a lot of the trees. It just got burned down recently, okay? So they're able to kind of control the wildlife, and one of them in particular can move trees around. So they're trying to rebuild it a bit. There's this sort of monster that shows up. Some of them get like frozen into some sort of rock mixture. I don't know what's going on. Miner can't even heal them. Yeah, it's kind of troubling, I've got to admit. I mean, I can't inject a statue, I suppose. So, right. So,
so people are getting turned into these statues.
yeah, for
These
lack of
druids
better
are
words.
okay with that?
I mean, they view it as some sort of natural transformation. They're a bit weird, if you ask me. They're not the nicest folk. They
Okay.
are a bit
So we should probably avoid
territorial.
them if we head that way.
If possible, if at all possible, I wouldn't mess with them.
All right.
You know, if I can trail off a bit, talk a little bit about myself.
No. Oh, look at that. Yes, Rock, I'm coming. Sorry. Business.
We had stuff
Gotta
to
get
do.
going. Yeah, I'm sorry. I promise. I would love to hear your whole life story, but we're just busy today, Bradish. I'm sorry. I'm
Very
sorry.
busy.
All right. Well, if you need anybody to guide you in the forest, I'm probably the best person. But it sounds like you don't want my help, so it's fine.
Probably right.
We might. We'll think about it. Not right now. We'll think about
Pretty capable people.
Well, I mean, if I could, I don't have my weapon with me, so I probably couldn't accompany you.
We can get that for you, though.
I mean, I don't even
Yeah,
know
we
if
try.
it's necessarily there. Like, the druids probably hate medicinal practices that aren't natural, and that's all of what I mess with. But maybe
Well,
they
if
have
they
it.
Well, you
have
said
it.
you make potions and stuff. That seems pretty natural to me.
I alter it a little bit. That's not all I lost. There was this. Now, you may judge me for this, but there's this metal rod I've got that can attract the lightning of the storms that I use to infuse my medicines with different creatures, fluids, bits, and parts. It's a bit of an easier way to mix things together. If you find that as well, that could help.
Okay, well, look, we'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, and if you're looking for Major, honestly, you could just go either to our home. It's the Major Manor, and you can just find it in the town square off of the fountain that's in the center. It's like a 10-minute walk from here, I suppose. I'll probably catch up
Alright.
with you later. I haven't met her in a while. And
All
if-
right. Well,
yeah, but I don't know if James told you how to get out of here. He often doesn't tell people. Did he?
So we got to talk to him. That's about it.
No, just there's another door behind the staircase. Just head through it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
all right.
If
You
we want to
just-
get back,
You ate the food, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, just sleep here. That'll be it. Take a little nap.
All
and
right.
show
Oh,
up.
we got to sleep. Okay.
Mhm. that's about it. It's a security thing. I mean, you can't really come in and kill people or something and try to run out. You have to fall asleep. So it's pretty effective.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
It was great to meet all of you. I mean, I hope I
sure
don't
we'll run into each other again.
Yeah, I hope I don't have
hopefully.
to heal you all at some point. But if you find my weapon, I can patch you guys up.
Yeah, we'll keep
As long as
an
you're
eye
not
out
afraid of
for it.
needles.
Oh,
It is a big one.
No, I show a tattoo on my arm of like a tiny little like octopus. Not
That's right,
scared
that-
of needles.
That's not the biggest tattoo I've seen, but
Oh, the small ones hurt though. You gotta get really precise. You know, take
I guess
the
if it's
time.
on the bone, Rado goes, yes, the bone does hurt. And he looks at
Yes.
Salty. Sorry, sore spot, I suppose. All right, you guys. You're at the end. You feel free to talk to any of the NPCs a bit more, but you now know of the exit, I suppose. So where do you guys want to go? What do you want to
I
do?
want to tug Salty away for a second.
All right,
Salty,
all right. Yeah. What's up?
you don't happen to know that guy, do you? You guys are having a weird kind of interaction.
No, but I know people like them. They just want to go on and on about their life story. And,
Okay.
everything has a story about it. Like, oh, this one fishing pole I had. Let me go on about an hour to talk about how I got it and its name, and it gets old very fast. So-
Didn't realize it was a sore spot for you.
Oh, it's not a sore spot. It's just if we had more time, then maybe. But we're kind of not on a schedule, but we don't want to
We are
let
busy
Tintin
people.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're busy people.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about the whole Tintin stuff. What right does Rock have to hold her here against her will?
I mean, I don't think it's against her will, really.
I mean, she
think
wants to
it's just-
come.
It's like an overprotective brother, right?
I don't think they know each other. They're not like flesh and blood, you know?
They seem pretty close.
I don't know. It just seems a little weird to me, but I mean, well, I'll do it. I'll go along with it.
If we get enchantments out of it, then I am perfectly fine.
True. Maybe we can find
Now-
its rapier for this guy and get in go with the Ursus.
Zoda, will you come here for a bit?
Okay. I walk over.
Oh, Zoda. So he says he knows the forest, right?
Yes.
I really don't want to take him as a guide. I really don't.
Why
I
not?
don't think we need to.
I think he's wonderful.
He will talk your ears off.
I
The things that
highly
you
doubt
love?
that. I have such big ears.
I know, but that just is more words that you capture into them, and then they'll get overloaded and just
Well,
fly
what
off
do you
your
think
body.
ears are for?
We probably have to pay him too. We don't have money.
Yeah.
Are you guys within earshot? How far did you go?
We stepped away.
Okay.
We stepped away. I think we're like kind of talking a little bit lower.
Yeah, I don't think he heard y'all.
I only
He's
got
probably
like
already-
two gold pieces
he's
to my
probably-
name, so
He's probably talking about himself over there. He's not even hear us.
He
have-
seems to be chatting with Rattle.
Yeah.
I have a few money.
yeah, I don't know if I
Um,
want to spend money on this guy when we can probably do
yeah.
it. If we run into problems,
We-
maybe we'll come back. But
We're fine. We're fine. I mean, look at me. Look at you. Look at
Look at
you
her.
as well.
yeah. We're
Yeah,
capable
I'm like
people.
super strong. What are you getting at?
Exactly. We don't need an extra person.
Well, yeah, but
Excuse me. There you all are. I believe James told you about my little experiment through that door over there. I don't know I don't know how well he pitched it to you all. If you're
And
interested.
this is Charlotte?
This is Charlotte. She
Okay.
shows up.
he
and
says he's really scared.
I need to tell him not to say that to our
Is that
patrons.
dangerous?
Yes, most likely. It depends on you three in particular. It's a bit of a combination between James and I's powers, I suppose.
All right.
I can't tell you too much. It's a trial of sorts that peers into your mind and kind of messes with a little bit of your experiences, maybe sprinkles some of your fears in there. and pops out an experience.
No, I'm good.
No? Okay, I tried.
Well, yeah, what? All right. What would we get if we conquered?
Again, that depends on you yourself. What do you want? I know the Queen sent out a missive before.
I deal enough with my fears in my head. I don't need to see them realized in front of me.
I promise you that going through it is a bit refreshing, if you can survive it, that is. I digress.
I think we're okay. Maybe tomorrow and
Maybe
a couple
later.
of days.
If you feel a bit more powerful or confident, feel free to find me. It's always open.
I mean, I'm interested. Don't get me wrong. It's just the whole taking what's inside of my head and putting it out for others to see, it for me to see.
Let me get beat the shit out of a little bit more so I can forget. And so,
I mean, if you're afraid of
you
getting
know.
the shit beaten out of you, then that might be what shows up and, order served, I suppose.
Not by my own fears. I don't want to get beaten up like that.
I would be interested to see what you could pull out of my mind, because there's not a lot that goes on in here.
I can get James to go through your mind at some point. He does offer services, that kind of therapy, I suppose. No? I won't keep you all too long.
What do y'all think?
I mean, we're
Yes
busy.
or no, you don't have to.
It makes me nervous.
Yeah,
I don't think you want what I'm afraid of to appear down there. That's all I'm saying.
It's a learning
You're
experience for
very
me.
edgy.
All right, well, I'm going to say no for you for now. If you feel like challenging it at some point, just come back here. It's behind those doors. All you have to do is walk in. Toodaloo.
Right.
And she turns around and goes back behind the bar, unless you guys stop her.
God, they really want us to stay here, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I mean, come on. I get it, you want customers, but this is like desperate, right? I mean,
If she was offering something like that we could get out of it,
but she was just like, oh, I don't know. It's some mysterious thing. It depends.
Right.
Like, come on, give me like something solid, if I'm going to be facing my fears, like, give me something out of it.
I'm going to tug on both of their sleeves.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to tug on Salty's suspender and Ormano's sleeve.
oh, yeah, yep.
I'm bored. What are we doing?
We're going to the forest.
Yeah, we're headed out of here. I
Okay,
assume it's
cool.
daytime out there. We did sleep.
Yeah,
but,
we don't want to
who knows?
lose daylight.
You can
Okay,
see
it's just, like,
the sun from
stuffy
the
in
windows
here.
here. So it does appear to be daytime.
But do we trust those windows?
That's the question.
I go over to the stairs and behind them and try and go out the door.
Can we see is the windows open? Can we look outside them?
Yeah, you can look outside. Easy. Yeah,
What
if you
do I
look
see
outside, just with your general look, it looks like the same town. Nice,
Okay.
nice and simple.
People are walking around.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I guess
You
I'll
could-
follow Salty there.
So you
You
open
could
the door,
toss me
Salty?
through a window.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I open the door.
All right. Before we step through that door, I just got a couple things to say to you fellas. What's up? I'm Ryan or Mono from the Dungeon Chronicles. If you're enjoying the episode and wish to contact us, there's a couple places you can do that. You can hop over to our Twitter or Instagram at Dungeon Crawl Pod, or head into our Discord, which you can find in the link tree below. Also in the link tree is a lot of other very important information that is a little too complicated and too much for y'all to remember. So just click that and you get a lot of other content to check out from us. If you decide to email us instead, you just got a lot of words to say. Go to thedungeoncrawlpod@gmail.com. Send us whatever the hell you want. You might be confused as to why I just said the Dungeon Crawl about 5 times there. Well, Braxton, who's the DM for the Dungeon Chronicles, and I run another podcast called The Dungeon Crawl. In it, we cover all sorts of various D&D related topics, such as the last 2 episodes we did were on Candlekeep Mysteries, a very sick and cool and interesting adventure module compendium from Wizards of the Coast. The episode before that was on the newest Unearthed Arcana, Folk of the Feywild. Both fantastic episodes. Recommend you go check them out. You can find those on all your favorite podcasting platforms, or if you want to go find us on YouTube, you can go to the YouTube search bar and type in the Dungeon Crawl Podcast, or you can even type in the Dungeon Chronicles Podcast will come up for both. So a little more on the Dungeon Chronicles. You can find us live streaming every other Monday at 5:30 or 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We just live streamed this past Monday, so you won't see us again until April 5th. You can find us at twitch.tv/Melacier. That is MELACIOUR. That's also in the link tree, so if you get confused, you can go find it there. In a couple weeks, we'll be switching over to a brand new Twitch channel for all of the Dungeon Crawl content, which is going to be twitch.tv/The Dungeon Crawl Network. Again, that's all down the link tree. Don't worry about remembering everything. Finally, if you enjoy what you're listening to, if you've enjoyed your time in the Dungeon Chronicles, then please go to Apple Podcasts, rate us 5 stars. It really helps us out a bunch. I can't emphasize that enough, so appreciate it. Now, without further ado, let's see what's behind door number 1.
You open the door and it's it's not just a door that goes straight out. There's some sort of like purple mist when you open the door.
I sprint forward.
Okay, you guys just jump straight, or Zerda just jumps straight through, and for a moment here, Zerda, you're kind of like walking through a bit of nothing. Like everything around you is just purple mist. Make a perception check for me if you want, or whatever kind of check if you want to.
I want to take
Just
a
to
big
learn.
sniff and see what it smells like.
Okay.
Yeah, your eyes haven't really been helping you this session.
That's cocked.
What kind of check?
I guess perception.
Sure.
I'm scared
6.
if we go into. I'm scared if we go into a fight with these rolls.
You take a big sniff, and it doesn't have too much of a smell. But I do want to say that it just it's a little bit of a hint of water. That's about it. Do you keep walking?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
after
sprinting.
Sprinting. Okay, if you're sprinting, I mean, pretty quickly, you, I guess, run in, stop, run back out, and you're at the front of the inn, and the door opens and slams shut behind you.
Now, that happens to us if we jump into
Yeah, if you go in, the same experience happens, and you meet Zerd at the other side.
Oh,
That was some weird mist, but a little atmospheric. I enjoyed it. I heard a big sniff in there.
As
Don't know
they
what that
come
was
out,
about.
I'm laying down in the dirt.
Are you
okay?
all right?
I don't like being inside for too long. I miss the dirt.
Oh.
I can understand that. I've lived a lot on the road, so I'm a little more comfortable there too.
All right, well, I help her up. All right, well, we're about to go see a lot of dirt. Let's go to the forest to the
you guys
west.
Okay, cool.
I mean, unless we want to do anything else in town.
Well, we should. I mean, we know the cardinal direction, right? But we should maybe ask for a little more directions just in case.
I do actually have Fish's armor, or do I need to go pick that up?
Yeah, one of you picked it up.
I picked it up.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I probably
wanted
gave
to
it to you
make
at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we can,
yeah.
I picked up
anything
like
else?
my
Anyone-
spare key.
Anyone want gear or anything before we leave? I mean, we don't really have that much money, but
I need to
pretty
buy
broke.
rations.
All right, you can probably get some.
Yeah, we
Sure,
can find a
yeah.
general store easy enough. You looking for just kind of rations and get out of there?
Yeah, I just need rations so that I can feed fish.
Cool. You can
No,
probably find a
not for
general
yourself,
store.
just for the rat.
You guys don't know specifically where one is. So if you want to either like wander around, do a survival check, or ask somebody, you definitely could.
Are there any guards walking around?
Maybe one or two kind of passing by just on a patrol, but sparsely.
I will ask somebody as sweetly as I can.
Yeah, maybe a guard passes by and you can, I guess, tug on their ankle or something because you're small.
If they have
What
a
do you do?
tabard, I'll probably pull on that.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Can I help you?
I need to find rations.
Do you want to like go to a store or something?
Yes.
Okay. If you're looking for the general store, there's There's a couple of options, I guess, but the nearest one is if you just head straight for about, I guess, a minute or so and then take a right. It should be right over there. It's easy to find.
Awesome. Which way is right?
Are you with her?
Well,
You too?
we'll take her there.
We got it.
Quick question, pal. If we wanted to go to NV4, is there a quickest route we can get there?
Yeah, did you come in
Or just
through
head
the
west?
Did you come in through the front of the gate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you just head out and kind of take a left, there's a path that goes towards it. Or wait.
Perfect.
All right.
Wait a minute. Hold on. My cardinal directions are bad. That gate faces south. You need to go west.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
So whatever direction from south. I'm sorry. I'm very terrible at these things.
Well, there should
I
be a
got
path, you're saying.
Yeah. Westward. I'm sorry.
We go right.
I'm a little
With
bit.
the sun or without the sun?
I'm not very good at traveling. I tend to stay in the town.
Salty's correct.
We can do it.
Yeah.
We can do it.
All right. Good. I'm glad. I have led people astray before. Sorry.
You're fine.
Oh, that's not. All right. Well, good luck with your own problems. Let's go get that general rations.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
let's get
reach
going
up
real
and I'm gonna
quick.
shake his hand before sprinting off.
The guard gets the, I guess, whatever cover on the hat and pulls it down a little bit and walks off.
Thanks.
Yeah, you
Milady.
guys. Fortunately, if you follow the directions, walking a bit northward for about a minute or so, you do see one of the only buildings so far that doesn't have a cheesy name to it. So far, it's just Harvard's General Goods.
So he was correct on this directions. That's good.
Yeah, and it's not too imposing of a building. It kind of matches the other ones that are around it within this residential district. Probably a pretty damn good choice if you want to make a lot of sales, is putting your store in the middle of where a lot of people live. Welcoming front door made out of a nice wood, and it's got a typical, I guess, stone bearing about it, but nothing extravagant. And it does say open on the front.
All right. Zerda, if you want to... Yeah, I believe in you. I think you can get this.
I knock on the door.
Good first step.
All right. Well, I think you can just walk in.
Oh, yeah, you just knock on the door. Nothing happens.
Zerda, just walk in. It's a store.
I knock on the door again and then walk in.
That's fine.
Is it those kids again? Well, it is a
Hi.
kid. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, are you a patron? Do you have things to buy with which that I can profit from?
I think you have things to buy with which you have things for me to buy. Yes.
Look, I'm going to be honest here. I'm not the smartest one. I run a business. It's fairly easy
Oh,
to
thank
sell
God.
things.
Okay, so I can just talk. Okay. I need
Yes.
food for my mouse.
Just for your, you don't want any other, you don't need food for yourself as well. Just, okay, if you
I
want
mean-
mouse food, I've got a little bit of dried jerky or meat that I can sell to you for a couple copper. Barely copper, I guess. I don't know.
I think he would love that. Just I don't know, just fill this bag.
Yeah, I had some breakfast earlier. There was some bacon I can just give you. Is that cool? Is that good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
So he turns around.
Pocket bacon, my favorite.
Turns around and bends over a little bit. And this is a big dude, a fairly large human male, who you've heard before, Harvard, probably. And goes down below and pulls a plate, and you hear a little clattering of silverware, and he pulls, this is it. He jumps up and turns around. There you go. You really don't have to pay me for this. It's just my leftovers.
He's just giving you his leftover breakfast.
Gross.
Do you want it?
I look into my bag and I will take out a silver and put it on the counter.
That's.
Jesus.
I'm not going to look a gift horse in the. This is way.
I'm not a
above.
horse, but thank you. That is a giant compliment for me.
Thank you. I will.
Would
take
you like
this.
to meet fish?
Is it a fish? Did you name your fish Fish? Why is your fish
No.
bacon?
It's a mouse, like I said.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see it. Does you want some of the? There's a little bit of egg on my plate. He puts the plate on the table. There's
I
a
pull
little
him
egg
out
scraps.
and I set him on the counter.
Oh, he's cute. If you come back, I'll give you a bit of discount. You kind of invested in the store, but anything else you need?
No, I just needed food for him. Do you have
Alright.
rope?
Yeah. It's general store. Yeah.
I would like a single rope.
All right. You kind of paid for it already, so here you go. Tosses you like 60 feet of rope.
I put another silver on the counter.
What are you doing?
Goodbye. I'm paying you for your goods and services.
Thank you. This will help
You're
feed
welcome.
me again for breakfast tomorrow.
Wonderful.
Bye.
I will be back for more breakfast.
You just leave.
I'll step in.
I just walk out.
She's. Oh,
Quick question, sir. Do you guys have any parchment here?
Yeah. Generally we have parchment. Yeah. Mayor said I have to say that. Sorry. We have.
Okay.
Are you with the little one over there?
Yeah.
You can just have some parchment. She paid a little too much for some leftover food, and yeah, that's her.
Sure. I don't want to screw you over here.
If you're with, she paid for it pretty much. I'm just gonna use the next customers that come in and give them whatever they want.
How much can I get?
Probably like 10 sheets of it. Is that fine?
Shit. Yeah. That's great.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Cool. Here you go. Hands it off to you. Need anything else?
No, that's all I needed. Appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate. What was your friend's name? You don't know?
No, I do, but sometimes she likes giving people other names. If we come back again, I'll let her tell you that. I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to screw her over. Maybe she's trying to hide from
I'll
somebody.
remember I got a small brain, but I'll remember your face.
Okay, that's kind of mean to say about yourself. But
I know myself.
He does know
I know my
fish.
truths. I went through a little bit of a scary trial before and kind of overcame my thoughts about it. Yeah, no, you don't want to know about it. You don't want to know.
yeah, it sounds bad.
What I
It's
do?
all right.
Hope you're all right, buddy. We'll see you next time. All right, we'll definitely come by.
Harvard's General Goods. Don't forget it.
Yeah. Head out.
You guys head out easy. Oh.
Guys, I think that guy did the trial and he did not end very well. Somebody made a good call.
All right. Well,
Oh my God.
I thought he was a very intelligent man.
Well, yeah, in some ways, for sure.
He was one of the only people that I could speak straight with.
I poke my head in.
Yes, hello.
What does this guy look like?
He's like he's bigger than you, probably twice your width, little rotund belly. Kind of matches the onion carriage. He's a tan man. He's balded straight through and just has some like light blonde hair on the side. He's got a big bulbous nose and an apron over him. Yes, hello.
I leave. Yeah, he definitely failed that. He definitely failed that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't.
I don't think so, you guys.
Well, he told me he failed. So.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sure, mate.
He's
You're welcome.
got some incredible hearing.
I know.
Anyway, let's get out
No,
of
he
here.
was just thanking you guys for doing things. Not sure what you're.
No, I think
maybe
he was
gifted incredible
listening.
hearing. Maybe he wasn't.
I
gifted
love this
incredible hearing.
town. I love this town. All right.
I'm a little put off,
Let's go to Envy Forest, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Let me
Yeah.
put my parchment up real quick.
Let's
you
get
guys-
Envy Forest.
All right. Oh, do we have to leave you here?
I thought I
right?
hid that one a little bit more,
Nope.
but she found it.
Yeah.
I'm upset. I was gonna do it later. Okay. Yeah, you guys can head down the main thoroughfare of the town itself, passing by a few guards, passing by a couple of people on the way. If you felt like talking, you probably could, but you guys
I'm
got
okay.
a mission.
fuck you. That's what I yell at him.
Oh, whoa, Armando! What are you doing, mate? You're
No.
just yelling at people.
I'm sorry.
You gotta
That was
chill,
a little
man. You gotta
rude,
chill.
but not odd for this town.
Let's keep going.
Fair. That's a fair assessment.
So you
All right, have a
guys
good one, folks.
walk out of the town, and sure enough, you see a path heading down for a bit for about, I would say, 10, 20 minutes
it hot?
before. It's kind of warm right now. I would say it's going from spring to summer currently. It's hard to tell the seasons because the clouds overhead and all of the storms that happen from the dawning adjust things
windy?
a good bit. No, it's fairly calm at the moment. So you
good day.
guys come across two paths.
One question.
Yes.
Onion carriages.
They're there.
They have a set destination, though, correct?
Yes, from what you can assume. But it's machinery. You could try to adjust it if you
Are
wanted.
they still out there?
Yeah, they're just sprinkled around.
Wait, do you
There's
think
some. Yeah, go ahead.
do you think that because Tintin knows about mechanics stuff, could she fix it so we could use it?
I mean,
Maybe,
she
I don't
might, but I mean, it's just
Is it a
she's
far
not really
walk? Do we know?
mechanical. She's more magical than anything. I think Rock's the mechanical one.
It's also off-road, so I
Yeah.
don't know if it would help us too much.
We can hoof it. A little
not-
exercise won't kill us.
Wouldn't be
Should we-
stealthy either.
Should
As
we
I say
go-
while I'm clunking around with my large pack.
Should we find ponies?
A random pony.
I mean, somebody in
I mean,
this
look,
town
I
has
might-
got to have a pony.
I think I would kill a pony if I got on it.
Well, you can have a horse.
Damn.
We're going into a forest. I don't
Yeah.
think horses are great for that.
But I'm okay with it. I just don't know how far. If it's not that far, we can definitely walk and come
We
back.
can just walk. I'm good
like
for
these
walking. I
ideas,
can make
but-
it.
Yeah, I don't mind walking. I'm used to it. I haven't had the money to ever get horses and stuff in my
Zerda,
day, so.
Yeah, Zerda, I get the thought. You are small. You take smaller steps, and so it
True.
tires you out more. But it's okay.
As you guys are standing out here,
Hop
you
on my
see
back if you need to.
there's a pair of people walking, and one. Give me a perception check, you guys, if you would like. They're a bit away.
Ooh boy.
Oh my fucking gosh.
All right, Wano, I heard you get excited. What'd you get?
18, baby. Now
Oh,
we're
that's pretty
talking.
good. Spicy.
15.
15 for Salty Zerda.
19.
19.
Whoa!
Whoa!
It's huge.
I will say that since Zerda's a bit shorter, she can't see as much of these people just because they're really
Yeah,
far out.
I can see their knees.
You can still
so
very
good.
clear. You can still very clearly see what you can see of them. It appears that one of them's got their arms slinged over the other, and their walk pattern is kind of irregular. They're about, I would say, 5 minutes away from reaching you guys if you just stood still.
Peter Cottontail.
Make it look like you got messed up.
He's limping
Yeah.
down the rabbit trail, though. I don't
Yeah.
think he's hopping.
They are coming from what you would assume to be the west if you were knowledgeable.
Do we just want to like talk to them, see what's up? If they're coming from the
Yeah.
forest, if not, then we can just ignore them. But
I mean, I
let's
could-
just
I could-
ask if they're coming from the forest.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
All
Did
right.
we walk to them so we're not just
Yeah,
standing
yeah,
here?
sure.
waiting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not T-posing here. Yeah.
Hey, friends.
Hello.
Ew.
They try to hide their heads with
Oh.
their hands and give you guys a wide berth as they can.
I
Just got a couple of questions, if you don't mind. We're headed that
What?
way.
Go ahead, Zerda.
I was just gonna say I sprint to them.
Okay, yeah, sure enough. They get
I
very
was trying to
startled and
rethink it.
they get spooked.
She's
and
friendly. She's friendly.
The one that was carrying the person who has the arm slung over trips on their
Oh,
back
no.
and falls. And since the other person was using them to prop themselves up, they also fall down and they get scared and go, we don't have anything on us.
Get to her quickly.
Oh, I don't want your
She's
stuff.
friendly.
We're just going back to town. We just need to see Minor. We're hurt.
Oh,
Oh,
I can
why
help.
didn't you say so? I'm gonna put my hands on them both.
Oh,
They don't want you. They try to scoot away.
Okay, I'll just chase them.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Wait, Zerda, hey.
That is terrifying. Glowing
know.
hands chasing
She-
after these
you-
people.
Trust me, I've seen with my own eyes. She can help. She can help.
Are you sure?
Positive,
Yes.
positive. She's done it to us before.
I smile with my giant sharp teeth.
I know she looks terrifying. She's a little actually terrifying, but
I'm gonna
no,
make you
she
feel-
is a good healer.
I'm gonna make you feel so much better.
The one that doesn't seem to be
God.
as injured as the other looks over and says, okay, Ced, we're just going to take a chance here, okay? We're close to the town,
It'll help.
but remember that
So, are both of them hurt or just one?
one has some cuts and scratches. Their clothes are kind of tattered, but the other one, at this point, since you're so close to them, the other two you can't tell because they've fallen, but the other one's missing a leg.
Ooh, okay.
Can't help that.
It's
I'm gonna
tourniqueted,
get really
it's wrapped up, and the bleeding seems to have stopped, though.
It's lay on hands.
Yeah, I know,
Right?
but my
Lay.
spells are. I didn't change anything. I'm gonna lay on hands him.
That's the spell name. It always gets me.
Well,
Yeah,
that's why
okay.
I'm trying to touch him.
Yeah, okay. Roll me your dice that you need to do. What does it do?
Lay on hands. I can dump because I have a pool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna give him. I mean, he doesn't seem like an adventurer, does he?
No, they seem like common folk. Both of them are human, and they seem to look kind of similar. Like their hair color is the same.
Okay.
They have relatively tan skin, as seems to be common in this area. But they just seem really battered and beaten up.
Okay.
They're both boys.
I'm gonna just give him like 3 points, just enough to get him to where he doesn't pass out on his way to.
Yeah.
Major.
Okay, so
Am
when you reach your hands over, he seems to startle a little bit, and the other person goes, "It's okay, Sid. It's fine."
I want to
And-
smoosh his face. Lay on hands him.
He is like in a cold sweat as you're touching his face, but the moment that the spell starts to activate, he seems to relax and ease a bit and give in to whatever effects you're putting over him. Thank you. I'm sorry I was scared of you. There's a lot of monsters out here.
Oh, I'm very scary.
Yep.
Yeah, what kind of monsters do you see? We're headed into this forest.
We figured that there wasn't going to be a lot of monsters out here. We wanted to, train. We cut out some of the trees that were dead into training dummies a bit. And we were fighting against them just with swords and weapons. And he turned around. He turned around at one point and his legs started freezing up. And he couldn't move for a bit. And no matter what we did, we tried to get him to move from the spot, but something seemed to be approaching from further in the forest where it's not as burned, where you can't see. And I had a sword with me. And I was scared and couldn't see.
Yeah.
But there was murderous intent coming from whatever was in there, and I just cut his leg off. It stopped whatever was going on, but we got out of there. And there was a lot of tripping, and it's not exactly easy terrain, so I got a bit beat up myself.
Sounds scary.
Well, you made the right decision.
I don't know, my brother doesn't have his leg anymore.
They have their life, though.
Yeah,
True.
he's right, it's fine. Maybe Miner can patch us up, I don't know.
Plus, you got a really cool story to tell people.
I mean, I don't tell too many stories, honestly. There used to be somebody here that
Oh, yes,
really
yes,
liked to
yes.
kind of host campfires around. He doesn't show up anymore, though.
Oh.
He used to go to the forest a lot.
Yeah,
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Did you meet him?
yeah.
No.
That makes sense.
Definitely
He hasn't
not.
been around in a while.
Anyways,
Yeah, we're gonna try to get back to town.
anything else? Just that scary, murderous intent
I mean,
monster
we were on
that
the.
froze your
Well, we didn't really
your
see
brother's
anything.
bits.
We were we just cut down a bit of a tree to have some
Mhm.
arms, and we're hitting it with a sword, and
Right.
the thicket where it starts getting a bit more dense. That's where we kind of felt something watching us.
All right, well,
Can you
Didn't
make it
happen to
back to
you.
town?
Sorry, you guys are what?
Yeah.
you can do that.
Can you make it back to town? Are you okay?
Yeah, it's right there. I mean, probably just another 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's not far.
Thank you. It seems to have relaxed a bit. Still can't walk, though. He doesn't have his...
I have that effect on people.
I hope you continue to. Hopefully we didn't
So,
take too many of your
It
resources.
didn't happen to you though, right? Just
No,
your brother.
no. My brother was... We're not supposed to be over there, so I kind of keep a watch out. So I was facing
Gotcha.
away from the forest at the time.
Scary.
Thank you, though.
all right, well,
Be
yeah,
careful.
yeah,
Don't
go-
come
go
back
see-
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
go see Minor, go see Major, do whatever you need to be done, and tell them Zelda sent you.
Okay, yeah, will do. Is that this one? Small
Yes.
one?
Yeah.
Thanks, Zerda. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
I
We
hope to
fly
see you
out.
again.
I mean, we might. If you're staying in the town, we'll probably see you. But
I don't want to see you anywhere near the forest again. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, don't do that. You might
Yeah,
lose
well-
your other leg.
We'll find some other spot to train. But that's like the best spot to do it. You do want to lose
No,
another
you're not.
leg.
Don't come back here.
I'll lean down next to the guy that lost his leg and say, hey,
It's gonna be a little harder to train, but I'm sure you can still manage and make it work. Talk to some of the guards. Maybe they can work something out for you. But you have to be a lot more careful. All right.
Yeah. All right. I've seen some cool guys with like wooden legs before, just like little pegs. But maybe I can.
It is very cool. It is
That would
very
be, It would
cool.
be really cool if you had one of those.
Yeah.
Talk
so-
to Rock at the Rockery.
Yeah.
Oh, that new guy?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can help.
He can
He
help
can make
you.
you something.
Yeah, I'll do my best. He's a bit
Also,
scary.
tell
He's
him
really tall.
that Zerda sent you.
Yeah, and tell him this is a part of our bargain.
Yeah.
To help you
Yeah.
out. He'll understand.
Yeah. Well, thanks. You guys seem to have gotten quite around in the time that we haven't seen you yet, but thank you. And
Well,
they
we're
try to
friends
stand up.
now.
Yes.
I'd say that qualifies us probably. And they
Yeah,
get
I'd
back
say
in their
so.
situation, get the arm back over, and start walking a little bit more quickly than you saw them before because they seem to be better.
Yeah, be careful, y'all.
All right. So they seem to have come from the forest.
I flick my braid over my shoulder and I'm like,
I totally helped that guy.
You really did.
You did. I'm impressed.
Do we? All right. Here's a question.
Mhm.
It was so
Yes,
salty.
Rock can help them. Do we want to look for his leg, so maybe they could
If we can-
reattach it?
If we can find it, I'm
That'd
not
be cool.
opposed to it.
All right. I have seen some peg legs. They are pretty cool, but a little unwieldy. So a full leg
didn't
is
wanna-
better than a peg
I
leg.
didn't want to crush the kid's dreams. That it might be
Oh
a
yeah, of course.
little hard to do what he wants to do. I almost had kids.
Mm.
So I could feel a little bit of that parent in me kind of coming through with him.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there. So I just want that kid to be all right.
All right. Well, let's just keep on keeping on. All right.
Yeah. So one of them said he was looking away from the forest, and then he turned back, and his brother's gonna move. That's kind of frightening.
All right. So the roads ahead of you guys are still pretty barren. You've heard that this entire area has kind of been scorched by the storms. Fires have started wherever these lightning strikes have hit, and a lot of it has been burned entirely. From what you gleaned from those kids earlier, part of the forest seems to still be intact. You guys can begin the travels, and it's, I would say, fairly simple to head over. You see a couple of carriages.
What time of day is it?
It's starting to get a bit darker. I would say it's about afternoon right now. So the sun is, I would say, about like a 45-degree angle.
So we've
before
been
it
traveling
hits.
like hours at this point, right?
Yeah, I would say it's been about an hour or
We
two.
were busy in town too for a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Hasn't been too long, but it's not
Right.
incredibly far. You should be able to start seeing the canopy because this area is all pretty much just flat plains. So at some point, except for Zerda, unless she's on one of your shoulders, should be able to start seeing the canopy of burned trees at this point. None of the
There
full
it is.
trees.
Okay.
All right.
So
well,
we're looking for a leg if we can find it, a rapier
Sure.
if we can find it,
Yeah.
some like kind of alchemy kit he was telling us, and then the final thing is these feathers, right?
yeah, flowers.
Flowers.
Flowers, that's right.
Flowers
in a
nest.
and some bark, maybe.
Can we also look for pretty rocks?
I mean,
Sure.
sure, if you want to. Zerda, yeah, hop up on my shoulders so you can get a better look. See?
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, big
I,
eyes.
Let's do a perception check.
I crawl up on, and I'm like standing on his shoulders, so he has to hold my little legs, and I put my ears
yeah.
straight up.
Low
Echolocation.
antenna up there.
Am I
What Zerda's doing?
Yeah, perception.
Does she get the help action, Braxton?
Yes.
Awesome.
Ooh boy.
Ooh, there's a big thunder.
Scary.
Ominous. Ominous.
12.
You get a 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a lot of height under you right now. You're what, like 3 feet, 4 feet tall, right?
I am 3 feet with
If
my
that-
ears up.
Dang, so like super short. But you've got Salty, who's like probably near 7 foot. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around
Pretty tall.
there. So you've got a lot more height than you're used to at this point. I don't know if somebody's done this to you before, but as you look, you're starting to see more trunks of trees. And there's dead carcasses of chimera wolf mixed with oddly like cattle here and there, like a lot of wolf cattle mixtures. And some broken, what seems to be fencing holding those things in as well. But off in the distance, it starts getting a bit more dark, and you see a lot of these burned down trees. But the farther you look, the harder it gets to see, mostly because of the thickness as well as what you scored on your perception check.
All right.
So you guys are getting close.
All right, so we're getting close. Yeah, just be on the lookout when we're actually in the forest proper and not the burnt part, because apparently that's where they started getting menacing vibes, and
Right.
his leg was...
Now, should we? I mean, it's not late, right? It's not late yet, but I'm worried about getting dark once we're inside. Should we? Do you think we should find a place outside, set up a little campsite, and then in the morning head in?
That's tricky, because on the outside we're more visible, aren't we?
It's true. It's kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
We're either inside with the beasts or we're outside with the other things.
It's up to you guys.
Well, I think we'll have to play it by ear, won't we? I mean, it's not that dark right now, but it's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste too much time.
I'm pretty good at tracking things, so if
Yeah.
I can maybe try to find a safe place inside too that's kind of off the beaten track of creatures.
If
Worst
you
comes to
guys
worst, we...
like
Go
to, if you guys like to take shelter in trees or holes, I'm really good at that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if that comes up, I'll be sure to ask for your assistance.
Right.
So as you guys are walking, you come
Go
closer
on.
to what Zerda saw, these dead cow wolf creatures. How close do you get to them?
Close.
Really?
Yeah, I think we're just like... they're dead. I think we're just
I
kind
see
of
what
walking
killed
past
them.
them.
At the moment, they look to have... give me either an animal handling or a medicine check.
Medicine.
All right, he's like, I'm going with the good one.
I got a +4 to that, man.
Damn.
That's
Oh, yeah,
that's my
brother.
highest skill besides survival.
That one.
Natural one.
Let's go.
Right.
First nat one,
That's
I
my
think, of the
highest
entire
skill.
thing. But
That
nat one
sucks.
deletes all that. So you come over to these animals, and the stench is just terrible. And whatever happens, you just don't feel like getting closer to these things, and you cannot focus on your medicinal knowledge while you're near them.
I think these things starve to death.
Yeah, it looks like it, mate. Looks like it.
What's your passive
Yeah.
perception?
Mine's 12.
12. You're about 5 feet within them at this point. You see a bit of like moving within their skin.
Oh,
I think there's something inside of them.
You want me to grab
Maybe a
it?
parasite.
yeah. I mean,
I'm a
definitely
little worried about getting
not.
close to these things.
Or if they're like parasitic.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said you go near it?
I know I
You
said
go
I
near
could
it?
grab it.
I mean, I can.
Does their flesh look very like soft? Like you
At
know
this
what
point,
I mean?
yes.
Mm.
Yeah, it looks pretty soft. And as you get closer, Zerda, you being closer to the ground, how near do you get? Armano is currently 5 feet away from him.
I'll get right next to Armano.
Okay, the rustling seems to increase.
Hey, yo, I don't think we should be near these bodies.
But
Poke
Just
it with my
saying.
spear. I'm gonna poke it.
It's-
Just a little. With
So
my
you poke
spear.
it like where you're seeing the movement or like elsewhere on the body?
elsewhere.
Okay. The moment you poke it, there's a larger rustling and it moves to where you poked it.
Yeah, there's something inside this thing. I don't know.
And
if
it's
we
like
should,
this churning, gurgling inside
I don't
of
know
it.
if we should touch it with it.
Does
I
it
was checking
seem-
to see if it was
What
still
end
alive,
of the
but-
spear did you poke it with?
I would have done the butt end.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. So, I mean, if you poke it with a pointy spear, you're going to poke a dead body.
Does
I
it
don't know
seem
if
like
Romano wants to do
many
that.
little things or like one big thing?
One big thing. You guys
Hey,
chilling there for any longer, or do you head out?
Nah, I'm gonna start scooting
Salty
away.
is very uncomfortable, and he is
Yeah, there's
walking
something in there.
away.
I could
So
set
as
it on
you-
fire.
Well, that'll set off whatever's inside of it.
It'll burn it.
As you guys
Probably
are
not fast
still
enough.
pondering it, there seems to be a sharp black thing that pokes outside of the carcass.
Eeh.
And it takes a
How
bit.
long
and
is it?
It's about 3 inches long, and it's pretty pointy at the top and thick at the back, and it opens and closes, kind of like a beak.
Oh,
And
try
it
to
tries to
grab it.
crawl out. Were you gonna try to grab it?
Zerda, I think we should leave this thing.
Zerd, as you're reaching to grab it, immediately it like it's like a cat or something stuck in a sleeve, and it's trying to poke its way out a bit more. It reaches towards you more and tries to like bite at your hand.
I want to try and like really quickly reach out and grab its beak shut.
Okay, give me a dexterity check. Dexterity roll.
Salty's just like 10 feet away, being like, "What the fuck are?"
Zerda, you're messing with some stuff we
Is
shouldn't be
there-
messing with.
Is there any way I'd be able to use like sleight of hand if I'm trying to do it like super quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
15.
Okay, yeah,
Hey.
15. This thing is stationary and it's biting. You try to avoid sticking your fingers into where it would clamp down onto you, and you successfully grab onto the beak, and you hear kind of a squelching skittering from underneath. And the back, you're noticing it's not just a single bulge. Well, it is one, but there's a longer portion of the carcass of this cow wolf that begins to extend past, and it pushes forward into your hand, trying to get out. What do you do?
Like a snake.
Kind of, yeah.
So it's going through my hand?
It's trying to, but you can do like a strength check to try to keep it closed, or you can let it go.
I'll do a strength check.
Yeah.
I'm
Strength contest.
strong. Ooh, what die do I use? Oh no.
I get to roll.
use this
Me seeing this, Salty is gonna kind of take out his whip and just kind of get ready for something.
Okay. And Zerda, what'd you roll?
5.
Well, this thing didn't roll too well, so you do successfully keep it down, but it's still rattling, trying to get out. What would you like
Okay,
to
I'm
do?
gonna grab it with my other hand too.
Okay.
Zerda, I don't know. At this point, it seems like it's pretty intent here.
If
She's
it
already
gets-
doing it.
If it gets out of my hands, it's gonna come at us. So what's the best option here? For me to keep holding it back, or for it to let it bite your face off?
I could bite your hand off now.
Hand schmand.
Oh boy.
Look, I think she's an expert on this kind of stuff, so
Give me another strength
just-
check as you're sitting here.
I'm just here for backup.
Okay, I'm not
Oh
gonna
my,
use that
did I just do that twice in a row? Oh my god. You've cursed me,
Done that.
Romano.
Was that in that
9.
one?
You beat it again. It's writhing inside of there, and it seems to be tearing the inside of this cow apart. This
Can
cow
I-
wolf.
So I'm holding like the head.
You're holding the beak of this thing, and it's
So
trying
this
to
is
snake
not
out.
the head. It's just like a proboscis.
It's like
sort
the
of.
mouth, I would say, like a beak. It looks like a bird's beak, like a
Yeah,
crow's.
kind of like a woodpecker's beak.
I think a woodpecker would
Okay.
be more accurate, but it is black.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm holding it. I want to. Its body is still in the cow. I'm
Yes.
holding the mouth.
It is a very disturbing sight. Imagine a dead carcass just like bubbling and churning and writhing like there's something inside of it.
Yeah. Salty's like trying to look away a little bit.
I'm not going to run towards Salty or Oregano, but I'm gonna
Please do
run.
not run towards me.
I'm gonna run directly, like, kind of away from the cow, trying to rip the mouth out.
Okay. I don't think you need to do strength checks. That thing's wanting to do that. So you pull this out, and out pops literally. You see the head of a crow as you start pulling it more. Large, beady, ovular eyes that are cloudy and white. And after the crow, like woodpecker's head ends, the back is a large larvae-looking tendril, like spiny centipede-looking bulging, pussing
Ooh.
insect with massive fleshy wings.
Oh, it got wings, Braxton.
And it's currently, you're holding its beak with your previous 2 strength checks because you're stronger than this thing right now. And it's like, you're holding it in the air like a fucking balloon because it's flying.
Can I try to spin around and try to whip it against a tree?
Oh, Zerda.
I was just gonna try to whip it out of your hand, but sure.
There's plenty of trees around. So,
Sure.
absolutely.
Oh, no. Well,
not?
because now I'm sad and I want to put it out of its misery because it looks like its existence is pain.
Yeah, go walk, I think about 10 feet to get to the nearest tree and make a melee attack, I suppose, to hit the tree
Sure.
with your flesh living weapon.
Okay, so my
hate
unarmed
it.
strike.
Yeah, and you two, you're standing around. Feel free to, if you want to, do something, you can. But yeah,
That's
unarmed.
a-
I was gonna try
no,
to
make a
whip it as she was
weapon
holding-
strike with it, like
A weapon
weapon
strike?
strike. Yeah, like assume it's like a
So-
simple weapon. If you're proficient in simple weapons, I'm cool with that.
Okay, it would still be a 15.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean you hit.
How much damage does bashing body against tree do?
Well, it's like a simple bludgeoning damage, so I'd say like 1d4.
Okay. Plus anything or no?
You know what? I want to be creative here. You're swinging it like a weapon. Add what you would to your weapon if you're proficient in
battle
simple
axe?
weapons.
Oh. It would just be a +2. So 4 damage.
Okay. So you swing it, and it's like, you know, one of those toys at the book fair that you can squish and like swing the sloshy stuff inside. Where it gets hit, the other ends of it kind of swish out, and like cow guts pop out of its mouth. And it squelches.
It's still alive?
It's still alive. And it looks a bit more hurt.
Zerda, this is how you
idea-
do it. And I'll toss my
Can you
spear
s-
to try to stick it.
Let's start initiative after you do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Whoa, I had my rip ready.
well, he got it out before I said to start initiative, so that's kind of like my own homebrew thing. I want to make sure
Okay, so
you
I'm
say something, you get
throwing
in.
my spear.
You're throwing the spear? Okay.
Yeah, to try to
The
hit it.
idea
Yeah, give
of
me a ranged
Zerda
attack.
carrying this thing like a balloon.
It's disgusting.
A 14.
I love it.
14 to hit?
Hate it. I
Yep,
actually
that
hate
hits.
it.
Do your damage for me and let me know those sweet
Okay.
numbers.
Nice. That'll be 3 to hit. Or, sorry, 3 damage.
3 damage?
Piercing.
Okay. This thing is still kicking, but now it has a spear sticking straight through it and then lodged into the tree. So
Nice.
now it is held by Zerda and pinned into the tree.
Nice.
Okay. What are your initiative rolls for me, Zerda? What do you got?
15.
Salty.
5.
Ormano.
12.
And let me roll for this thing. Whoa, dice. Where are you going?
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like this thing is just going to get obliterated.
I hate this thing.
Maybe.
I hate the more.
Okay, first
more
up,
will
Zerda.
come.
You are holding on to this thing as it is impaled to a tree, trying to flap its wings to free itself or the spear with it and fly away. You're still holding on. Can you give me, at the start of your turn, a strength contest? Actually, no, you don't need to. That is incorrect against the rules. We're going to do that on its turn. Still learning here. This is all new for me.
How dare you? I'll never forgive
Okay,
you.
it's still your turn. You're holding on. What do you want to do?
Okay, so it's pinned on the tree. How far above me?
It is still arm's length away from you, so it's just the maximum you were extended because it's trying to fly.
So then I'm
Yeah.
going to drop its gooey thing.
You're gonna let go?
No, I'm
It's
not.
pinned. It's pinned.
You know, because I'm holding its beak shut. So if I let go, it's gonna try and bite me.
Yeah.
It's a little bitch. So I'm gonna hold it, and then I'm gonna take out my battle axe with my other hand, and I'm gonna cut off the beak.
Okay, easy. Yeah, roll to attack.
That's it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, it's a 7.
That is actually going to miss. So
Yeah.
Got us in the first half.
were you just
Yeah.
you're holding it and you're just trying to go straight down on into it?
Well, it's trying to hit like the
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you swing down, and at this point, this thing is a
Very
bit
descriptive.
tougher. You assumed you might be able to slice straight through because Romano's spear flew right through it, but the chitin of this thing, you can't puncture into it, which is quite surprising. You do have movement, your bonus action, reaction, anything you want to do?
I will. No, I'm just gonna keep holding it.
Okay, cool. Next up, we do have Ormano.
How far away is it?
At this point, you're 10 feet away from it, not too far.
Okay. I will walk up very, slowly, take my time, and unattach my mace from my waist and bash it over the head.
Dude, he's got many tools. Okay, yeah, give me a melee attack.
Sure.
He learned from the skeleton fight is that he had a
Melee is good.
two
Bludgeon
weapons.
damage.
21 hit.
20. Definitely will hit this thing. Roll me some damage
Cool.
for some good bludgeoning action on this squishy boy.
That is 8 points of bludgeoning damage. I bash it over its beak. Wait, no, she's holding it. Bash it next to the beak.
You got a 21. You probably still surgically place this deadly blunt weapon onto its face, to which it reacts violently,
Sure.
Hate it.
which signals
My
that it is
God.
still alive, writhing
Right.
and trying desperately to fly to get
Ugh.
out of this predicament. Next up,
Finish this thing quick, please.
do anything else? You move around?
I will scoot to the side of it, so if the humans to whip it, I'm not in his way.
Perfect. All right, Salty. It's not your turn, actually. I'm sorry. It's this thing's
you got
turn.
me. You're teasing me, man.
You rolled low. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's your fault.
So, Ormano, since you're still about 10 feet away, this thing is going
I'm
to try
5
to.
feet now.
You're 5? Okay. Still.
I just scooting to the side.
It has identified the threat to not be Zerda. So it's going to try to whip at Ormano with its
Sorry,
tentacles. Yeah, it's going to reach its tentacles out to try to
You
hit
know,
you.
it's casual tentacles.
Yeah, it's going to go on you, man. Got it.
Sure.
Does.
Oh, man.
Oh my god. That's a big chonker of a hit. Does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You were like, what? And all right. Let me get this dice. I haven't rolled in a while. Okay, so you take 3 poison damage, and I need you to make me a constitution saving throw.
Oh, come on.
3.
Ormana, you got it.
A con save?
Con save.
You got this, man.
Thanks.
Hey, straight 19.
That's great, because as you were hit with this tentacle, you felt something get injected into you. And for a moment, you felt like you were starting to freeze up. But you, using your medicinal knowledge, know how to, I guess, handle yourself in a moment. You
Shove it back
squeeze the poison out of your body, and you seem to be fine.
Yeah.
Salty
Boy,
boy,
you're buff.
bring
You're
up the
buff,
rear.
man.
Be
Yeah,
careful.
Salty kind of like gagging and like trying not to throw it. Oh, yeah, here comes Salty, I guess. And I'm gonna try and 10 feet away, use try and whip it in the head.
Whip it good.
All right,
Whip it real good.
don't miss. You got a Zerda there.
Oh,
What'd you get?
Come on,
you get?
guys.
Oh,
What'd you get?
Kenneth.
What happened?
yeah, boy, that's a natural one. That's a natty one.
I'm right there.
Roll damage for me
I
to
am
hit
dead, I
Zerda
Yeah,
right in
yeah.
the face.
Ah, that's a big 9 damage.
Zerda, you've
So-
got this red whip, which Kenneth hasn't even used yet. His first target is your face.
Mm-hmm.
So my pupils go from
Oh.
round to super slit as I stare at Salty. Oh, what the fuck, Salty?
I'm sorry.
No.
You just see Salty just throwing up, like he like dropped the whip. He's just throwing up now.
He's got
yeah,
performance
that-
issues.
I'm gonna kind of stumble back 5 feet. Like so, I'm 15 feet away from this thing. And yeah, that's my turn. I'm not gonna do any of my bonus action stuff because I'm throwing up and I just hit my friend in the face. So you
All right.
know.
We're top
I'm
of the.
sorry,
and
Sarah.
what are all of your passive perceptions again?
11.
12.
Okay. Top of the initiative. We are going to Zerda again, who's just been whipped in the diggity face by Salty. What would you like to do?
Sorry.
This thing is still writhing around. It looks terrible, though.
I'm gonna take a deep breath. And then I'm going to this thing. I guess I'm just gonna try to hit it, not in the beak, but like in the body with
Okay.
my battle axe.
Yeah, kind of near where the grossness is.
Yeah. 19.
That is a perfect hit and probably will be able to break through that skin. Roll
But
damage.
yeah. Ooh, 6 damage.
6 damage?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is just
Hell
what you
yeah.
needed. Zerda, how do you want to do this?
I want to bisect it.
All right. Let's say you do it right where the spear is on the
Yeah.
side. So you finish off the job where Mono did using the assistance of the
Oh, yeah,
little
I
poke
did.
through. Cut. The spear is freed, still lodged in the tree, and this thing goes limp. The part that's in your hand falls down and is sagging, and the other one plops onto the floor, writhes for a little bit, and stops.
So I'm still holding it. I'm gonna like whip it towards Salty to make him grossed out since he hit me.
You throw it at him, or you just like splash the guts at him.
I'm just splashing the guts at him.
Okay. You know what? Make a ranged attack throw to splash guts at Salty.
How do I make? Is it just like my?
It's just an attack, and for your, it adds your dex mod.
Dex? The dirty 20 to hit.
Salty, you're splattered with guts and goo and cow bits and whatever pus is
sorry.
inside of this.
I'm sorry. Throw
Or
up
Mono,
more.
give me a perception check real quick. Hearing, basically.
Oh, not great. 8.
Okay.
Eyes.
Yeah, you see Salty's getting splattered with guts and bits, and it smells
And I'll
terrible.
rip the spear back out of the tree.
All right. So with that, I think that is where we're going to leave off for this session. We're going to take a little bit of a break.
Oh.
What could I have heard?
We don't know.
What could we
We'll
have
never
heard?
know.
We'll never know. Find out next time on the Dungeon Chronicles.
Good session.
Dungeon Chronicles: The Dawning.